Alexander the Great's conquests from 334 to 323 BCE were instrumental in spreading Greek culture far beyond its traditional borders, creating what is often called the Hellenistic world. Through his campaigns, Alexander not only expanded his empire across vast regions, but also facilitated the diffusion of Greek ideas, arts, language, and philosophy into diverse parts of Asia, Africa, and Europe. Here's a look at how his conquests contributed to the spread of Greek culture. Alexander's empire stretched from Greece and Egypt in the west to the Indian subcontinent in the east. His key battles, such as the Battle of Granicus in 334 BCE, the Battle of Issus in 333 BCE, and the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BCE, resulted in the defeat of the Persian Empire, the main power at the time. After conquering Persia, he continued eastward, entering regions like Central Asia and India, where he reached the banks of the Indus River. By the time of his death in 323 BCE, Alexander had created one of the largest empires in history, encompassing modern-day Greece, Turkey, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and parts of India. As part of his strategy for consolidating his empire, Alexander founded more than 20 cities, most notably Alexandria in Egypt, which became a major cultural, intellectual, and economic hub. These cities were designed to be centers of Greek culture, and many were named after him, like Alexandria Eskate in Central Asia and Alexandria Arachosia in modern-day Afghanistan. These cities became focal points for Greek settlers, soldiers, and merchants, creating urban centers where Greek ideas could mix with local traditions. Although Alexander promoted Greek culture, he also encouraged a policy of cultural integration known as syncretism. He adopted elements of local customs and religions, and in some cases, he encouraged his soldiers to marry local women, for example in Persia. He even took on Persian royal attire and customs, which blended Greek and Persian elements. This mix of cultures created a unique cultural environment where Greek art, architecture, language, and thought could merge with those of the conquered regions. The most lasting cultural impact of Alexander's conquests was the spread of Koine Greek, a simplified form of Greek that became the lingua franca of the Hellenistic world. Koine Greek was used in government, trade, literature, and philosophy. It helped unify the vast and diverse territories of Alexander's empire, allowing for communication between people of different backgrounds and languages. Over time, Koine Greek became the language of much of the Mediterranean world, including Egypt, Syria, Anatolia, and parts of Central Asia, and remained influential for centuries after Alexander's death. Greek-style art and architecture flourished throughout Alexander's empire. In cities such as Alexandria, Greek artistic forms such as sculptures, pottery, and buildings blended with local artistic traditions. This resulted in new styles that were a fusion of Greek and Eastern influences, seen in everything from Hellenistic sculptures to the design of temples and theaters. For example, the Palace of Persepolis in Iran was renovated in Greek style after its conquest, combining Persian royal motifs with Greek architectural elements. Alexander's conquests helped establish centers of learning in various parts of his empire. The most famous was Alexandria in Egypt, which became home to the Library of Alexandria, one of the largest and most significant libraries of the ancient world. It attracted scholars from all over the Hellenistic world and beyond. Greek philosophy, science, and mathematics spread widely during this period. The work of Greek philosophers like Aristotle, Alexander's tutor, influenced many of his decisions. After Alexander's death, his generals and successors, the Diadochi, continued to promote Greek intellectual traditions, leading to advancements in fields like astronomy, mathematics, and medicine. After Alexander's death, his empire was divided among his generals, leading to the formation of several Hellenistic kingdoms, such as the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, the Seleucid Empire spanning much of the former Persian Empire, and the Antigonid dynasty in Macedonia. These kingdoms continued to promote Greek culture, often adopting Greek forms of governance, coinage, and art, while also incorporating elements of local traditions. The Hellenistic period saw the fusion of Greek and Eastern cultures, resulting in new cultural and intellectual developments. For example, the art of Hellenistic realism emerged, which focused on depicting individuals in more emotional and naturalistic ways. The spread of Greek culture also influenced the development of Roman civilization, as the Romans were heavily inspired by Greek art, philosophy, and governance. Greek religious practices and gods were spread throughout Alexander's empire, though they often mixed with local deities. For instance, in Egypt, Alexander was deified and associated with the god Amun. In Persia, he was depicted as a divine ruler in the style of Persian kings. The blend of Greek and local deities contributed to the development of new religious ideas and cults, some of which persisted for centuries. Alexander's empire may have fragmented after his death, but the cultural exchanges initiated by his conquests had long-lasting effects. The Hellenistic period, from 323 to 30 BCE, that followed Alexander's reign was marked by the fusion of Greek culture with local traditions, a process that shaped the development of Western civilization and left a deep imprint on regions from Egypt to India. The spread of Greek culture during Alexander's era set the stage for the rise of the Roman Empire, which absorbed much of the Hellenistic heritage and spread it even further across Europe and the Mediterranean. In this way, Alexander's legacy lived on for centuries, contributing to the development of modern Western thought and culture.